we will go over some things that will make balancing poses feel more accessible and strengthen your stability in all of these poses. Just a couple little tricks that hopefully you can take with you into your practice and use them every time you're on one leg in a pose. And of course, yoga, these shapes that we do, it's all metaphorical. And so the hope is that not only can these poses and this practice and this process help you be better at physically balancing, but you can take this off of your mat and find a state of balance off of this little rectangle. And so some common areas where we might be trying to strike a point of balance are a balance between work and leisure, right? Sometimes we sort of tilt a little too much in one direction. And just generally effort and ease, Are we trying really hard all the time, or are we letting things happen? And that really translates to this physical practice. So notice as we move, right? If you're really trying and struggling in every pose, or if you leave some room for the postures to actually feel good in your body, you return to your breath and let it unfold as it's supposed to. So let's sit up nice and tall. We'll get started with the breath today. You can find a comfortable seat, palms on your thighs, and allow your eyelids to close. We'll take one cleansing breath together. Big breath in through your nose. And a big sigh out your mouth. And as you seal your lips, pay attention and feel 3 slow breaths in and out of your nose. And without trying very hard, just noticing if there's balance between the length of the inhale and the length of your exhale. And follow your next exhale all the way to completion. Invite your hands to the space in front of your heart. And offer an intention for your practice, or perhaps dedicate your practice to somewhere off your mat that you can create a little bit more balance. Notice what comes first. Seal it in. Good. Have a wonderful practice. When you're ready, we'll make our way onto all fours into tabletop position with your palms under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And with that same slow breath, start to move any which way that feels good to you. I like to go in little circles with the hips to warm up your hip joint. Some traditional cat-cows, but really connect how you move with how you breathe and let this feel good in your body. And that goes for the whole practice. I'll cue you, I'll guide you, but you all have an understanding of how your body feels greater than I do. So adjust the practice to feel right for you, even if it's not following exactly what I'm telling you to do. Take 2 or 3 more breaths, even out any side here. Remember to enjoy your practice. Come back to a tabletop and walk your palms forward, almost a full palm print. Curl your toes under and then send your hips high up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay. Find some movement here. Pedal out your legs. Take an extra moment pedaling out each leg. Let each heel get heavier, stronger through your fingertips. And then switch it out. And let both heels come towards your mat. Lift your sits bones, your hips back and up. Press your chest back as you reach your fingertips forwards and lengthen your spine in 2 directions here. 3 powerful breaths to create space between your vertebrae. Effort and ease, breathe deeply.
Big breath in. And as you exhale, walk your feet to the outside of your hands so you're in a malasana, frog squat at the top of your mat. Your heels are in, your toes point out, and your elbows come to the inside of your knees. A little bit of movement is okay. We're still warming up. Feel your chest lift, your heels root. And now send these next 2 breaths into your hips. Feel where they can create space. Move any stuckness in your body. And then exhale. Release your fingertips. Slowly toe heel your feet to hip distance. You can take a moment and pedal them out here. And we'll take ragdoll for a few moments. So grab opposite elbows. It's often nice to hook your pinkies in your elbow crease. Let your head go and really allow gravity to do the work, to create length, to create space here. Any tension in your shoulders, feel it get heavy. Relax. Good. Release your fingertips towards the earth and then interlace your hands, the base of your sacrum. Good. And then start to take your palms up and over. Work into the shoulders. Chest expansion. Right. Fingertips interlace. Keeping that grip, energetically pull your wrists apart from each other. A little bend in your knees, okay? Right. Breathe into the back of your heart. 2 powerful breaths to create space here. Continue to press down through your heels. Release your hands to your low back, then to the earth. And on your next breath in, with strong legs, lift up halfway. I recommend hands to your shins or your thighs for this first one. A micro bend in your knees is okay. Root down through your heels. Strengthen your legs and pull your low belly in and up through your heart, through your crown. 1 more breath in here. Feel those lines of energy in your body, and then exhale. Empty and bow. We'll do that 2 more times on the breath. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Breathe slow, move slow. Halfway lift. Inhale, pull your low belly in and up like a corset here. Feel that length through your heart, and then exhale, fold. And we'll go a little deeper. Grab behind your calves now. Root your feet as you pull the muscles of your legs up. Right, start to pull your heart down. Keep it open as your crown lengthens down. 3 deep breaths. Root and spread your feet down and pull the muscles of your legs up. Do it without struggling. Feel and watch your body open as you hold the pose. Release your hands. And as you inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to the sky, to Urdhva Hastasana with your palms to face each other. Keep the roots of your feet down, pull your low belly in and up, scoop your heart up. See if you can get a little bit taller. And then with your exhale, with strong legs, cactus your arms, lift your heart to the sky. Really focus on the lift of your chest, your legs stay strong. Good. Inhale, back away just a little. Lift your palms an inch or 2. And then exhale, go a little deeper. Start to draw the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together and scoop your heart to the ceiling 1 more time. Inhale, back away. Exhale, open and lift. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Again, listen to your body. Bend your knees as needed. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. And step your left leg back so you're in your first low lunge position. And take a moment here to find some movement in and out of your right hip. Right, so you want to make sure that things feel like they're opening, right? Nothing sharp, even if it's slightly uncomfortable. Good. And then take a few moments on your fingertips. Hug your heels toward each other and press your left heel back. Your heart is forwards. Root your inner right foot. One more breath into your hips here. And then exhale, open up your right arm. Left palm could stay on fingertips, palm, or a block. And don't be still, even though the pose looks still. Every breath in, lengthen. Press your left heel back, heart forwards. Exhale, twist from the left side of your core and make your wingspan nice and wide. Wringing out your spine like a wet towel here. Release your right hand. And then walk your hands over to your left. So your pointer finger toes are now parallel. And inhale, lift up halfway. Strong legs here. And exhale, forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Bowing over both legs. Some choices here. Hands can stay under your shoulders. If you want to go a little deeper, grab your outer feet. Listen to your body. Good. Bend your knees a hint. Sit your hip bones back and up. Inhale. Open up your heart. And then exhale. Perhaps straighten your legs. Let your head come towards the earth. Pull the muscles of your legs up as you root your outer heels down. 2 more breaths. Be in the pose more than you're doing it or striving. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale. Crawl your body to the back of your mat so you're in a low lunge towards the back. Good. All right, now from here, right, find some movement into your left hip joint. And it might have a very different story to tell than the right side. That's okay. Right? You're not here to sort of critique or fix or figure out, just to really feel what's going on, all these intricate layers, all these different places we hold tension. Squeeze your heels toward each other. Press your right heel back, your heart forward. Breathe into your hips. Next exhale, right fingertips or palm to the earth or block, left arm to the sky. We find our first twist on this side. Every breath in, more length. Press back through your right heel. Exhales, twist the right side of your heart up. Pull your low belly, your navel in and up. Feel that line of energy from your right heel pressing back to the crown of your head, reaching forward. One more exhale, twist your heart. Good, exhale. Release your left hand. Good, now step your left foot back next to your right, or first high plank. Press the earth away from you, weights on your inner hands. Strong in your leg. Broad across your chest, deep breath in. And then exhale, hug your elbows in as you lower. All the way down. Take the tops of your feet down. You can take them back an extra inch. And take your fingertips out wide. Your elbows point up. Inhale. Peel your chest up. Good. And then hug your elbows slightly in. Variation of cobra here. Pull your low belly in and up as you press your toes down. And feel a nice even curve in your spine. And exhale. Lower your forehead. Hands in line with your chest. Plank or tabletop. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. 3 deep breaths here. This is our home base in the practice, so feel it. Let's take a big breath in together through the nose. And sigh it out your mouth. Exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, walk, step, or float to the top of your space. It's actually the back of your mat here. Inhale, lift up halfway to lengthen. And exhale, forward fold. Good, big toes to touch, little gap between your heels. Sit low. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So sit your hips low, lift your heart high. Right, we're here for 3 breaths. Don't shy away from sensation. And this is where it's about your mind. Can you stay calm as the pose feels less and less comfortable? Building heat, building fire. Big breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Exhale, fold and step your right foot back. Low lunge again. And this time, we'll drop to your right knee, right? Shift your right hip right above your right knee. Come onto your left heel. You might use a block under your calf or fingertips to the earth. Flex your left toes. Inhale, broaden your chest. Half splits as you exhale. So start to drape your head forwards and over and find that first point of resistance where your body asks you to stop. Listen to it. Stop there. Inhale, back away, more length. And exhale, find about 80% to your edge. Let your head go. A little inner rotation of your thighs to widen through your hip bones, and then breathe and put all your awareness into your left leg. That's all you need to focus on right now by feeling it. Exhale back to a low lunge. And walk your hands to your right. And this time we'll do Skandasana. So point your toes out. Right, bend to your right knee. Hands can come to heart as an option. And then we'll shift to the other side. Open it up a little bit here to find some movement back and forth with your breath. Right, notice what your body likes. Your hips have so many layers. They're different for every one of us. So follow what feels good, right? And when you hit a point where it might feel like you're opening something up, stay there and breathe. A few more moments, as fast or slow as feels good in your body. Right? Sometimes the most intense expression isn't always what we need. Sometimes it is, right? Sometimes it's good to go into the intensity, but you sort of explore what's true for you today. Drop to your back knee. Good. So we pivot back to the front of the mat for a low lunge with the right foot forward. Then drop to your left knee. Shift your left hip onto your left, above your left knee. Right heel to the earth. Again, use the block if you need, if you feel like you're slouching. Right, then inhale. Find some broadness in your chest, and exhale. Slowly start to drape your chest forwards and down. Pause. Inhale, back away, length. And then exhale, go into it. Finding a place that's sustainable. Right, so it's balance even here. There's effort, right? You're going outside of your comfort zone. And yet there's still breathing room. It shouldn't feel like torture. If it does, back away. 2 more breaths. Inward experience here. Exhale. Low lunge to the front. Plank pose. Inhale. Right, if you're ready for chaturanga, exhale. Come halfway down. Upward facing dog. Inhale. You can always stay with cobra, and we'll hold for 3 breaths on this first one. Press your toes down. Good. Press your hips toward each other, your low belly in and up, and lift your heart. Root your inner hands. 1 breath into the core of your heart here. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Again, breath in through your nose. And sigh it out. Strong in your fingertips. A few more moments here. Find length. Go inwards. Feel your body. Notice your mind. And we'll do some sun salutations to build some heat. You can imagine the sun right in the center of your chest as we move. And inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, walk, step, or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Breathe in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach up, look up. And then we'll switch it up here. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Pull your low belly in and up. And exhale, a nice side bend up and over to your left. Keep pressing down through your right foot. And then each breath in, back away a little. Find some length. Exhale, go up and over a little bit more. Inhale, change. Grab your opposite wrist. And exhale, go up and go over to your right. Inhales, back away. Lift your back right ribs off your right hip. Exhale, empty and soften around your left lung. Smooth and steady. Inhale, up through center. And forward fold. Breathe out. Either swan dive or hands through heart. No textbook way to do it. Whatever feels better for you. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Move slow, breathe deep. We'll do it again. Bend your knees, breathe in. Simple movements. Exhale, walk, step, or float forward. Halfway lift, strong legs, slow down. Exhale, empty your lungs, fold. Mountain pose, gather energy. Rise, get big in your body. And forward fold, breathe out, we'll come right back into it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back. Inhale, back bend. Lift your heart. And exhale, down dog. Almost there. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. And exhale, walk, step, or float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Good. Inhale. Reach on up. And then exhale your hands to your heart center. Pause for 3 breaths. You can even close your eyes. And just take a moment to feel. Slow down. Feel your feet on the earth. Your heart lifting. Moving stagnation out of your body, out of your mind by building heat. We're going to keep getting into the legs here. Take your feet inner hip distance. And as you breathe in, find a nice back bend in your heart. And as you exhale, use your thumbs to really tilt your hips forwards and over. Right? Peace fingers around your big toes. And if that doesn't feel good in your body, you can grab behind your calves again. You still get a lot of those same benefits. So find that grip and then inhale, look up halfway, sort of. It's a little harder with this grip. And then exhale, Padangustasana. Bend your elbows out, root your inner feet down as you lift your hip. Good. Feel your tailbone lift and open towards the skies, your belly, your heart, your crown reach towards the earth. So energy moves in 2 directions. And then 3 breaths. Go inwards, feel and breathe slow. Release your grip. Lift up halfway. Refold as you exhale. So listen carefully. Put more weight into your right foot. Come to your left tippy toes for a moment. We're going to play with balance on one leg for the first time. Press more weight on the inside of your right foot, so the big toe side. And then as you breathe in, you're going to lift your left knee. Sweep your arms up and come into one-legged mountain pose. Right? And so most of the time, I'm going to break down balancing. So if it gets a little wobbly, you can come onto your left tippy toes again. Most of the time when we balance, people tend to fall to the outside of the standing foot, right? So it's very common to see sort of this, right? And so one really simple trick to balance is to put more weight on your inner foot. So really feel as you press down more through your inner right foot, the muscles of your legs pull up, right? That's the most important cue. Anytime you're on one leg, what's happening in your standing foot dictates what the rest of your body is doing. Engage your belly, lift your arms up. The second trick is to keep your eyes to one spot. We'll take one more breath here. And then so smooth, exhale, we'll glide to airplane. Take your arms by your side, your left heel back behind you. You can find a micro bend in your right knee. Feel length from your left heel out through the crown of your head. One more breath in here. Exhale, land your left toes behind you in an airplane lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, skim your fingertips towards the earth. Inhale, reach up. High crescent lunge. Take a few moments here. You can bounce a little in your hips. Hug your heels in. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. And then make that shift from refining the pose to simply being in it right here, right now. Breath into the center of your chest. And then exhale, warrior two. Open it up to the side. Good. Inhale, back away, hands to heart. And then exhale, open it back up. Good. One more time like that. Inhale. Back out of your front leg, gather yourself. And then exhale, go into it. Back leg stays strong. Good. Keep your heels drawn in, your fingertips active, and then soften, effort and ease. Flip your front palm. Reverse warrior. Sweep it up. Sweep it back. Lift your low belly in and up. And then exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow to thigh or fingertips to the earth. Good. It feels good. Fingertips can come to the outside of your foot. Breathe. Inhale, star pose. Straighten your right leg. Turn your heels and your toes out. Get huge in your body. Lift your heart to the sky. Palms come to touch. And then exhale. Sit your hips low. Horse stance. Inhale, gather a breath. Reach up. And exhale, bring it in. Hold with your hands at your heart. Choice to lift your toes, go a little deeper, lift your heart a little higher. Breathe into your hips, break up any stuckness here. You can send your breath into those tight spots in your body. Inhale, get big, and then exhale. Turn your right toes to the front. Step your back foot in. You might want to have your block nearby. Take your arms out nice and wide. Reverse triangle, inhale. And as you exhale, pull your right hip back, reach forwards, forwards and out. Fingertips to your shin, a block, or your thigh. Good. And then reach your left arm up, Trikonasana. And a little inner spiral of both thighs. And feel a line of energy from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Breathe into your wingspan, nice and wide here. Take your right hand, or left hand rather, to your hip. Look down at your right foot. So this is where a block can be useful for half moon. You can place it to the outside and slightly in front of your left foot. Right, those same principles of balance. The most important thing is the body weight is on the inside of your right foot. Bend your right knee, look down at your right foot. I'm gonna give you the option to try it with no fingertips to the earth, right? Doesn't mean you're a nice person if you can do it. So keep it in perspective to not take it too seriously. Right? Body weight on your inner right foot as your left toes lift. Flex your left toes. Right? If this feels like no way, take your fingertips to the earth. Perhaps take your left arm and your gaze to the sky. So find a line of energy from your left heel to the crown of your head. Light that up, make it longer. Few more moments. Breath in. And then so slow, use your core, glide back to warrior two. Inhale, back to reverse for a moment. And then exhale, windmill your hands down. Good. Take a moment. Toe heel your right foot to the outside of your hands. Drop to your back knee. And we'll take a nice variation of lizard pose. So number of things you can do here. If it feels better to go to your forearms, go on your forearms. Right? Give yourself what you need. Come back to your breath, slow, steady. If you feel like you're up against energy that feels stuck in your body, open mouth exhales can be nice. We'll take it into a quad stretch. Bend your back knee. Reach around with your right hand. Grab the outside of your foot. Kick back, kick up, lean back. Feel a nice even curve in your spine, left shoulder. Draw it away from your ear. Release your right arm back to the inside of your right foot. And then from here, three-legged, downward facing dog. Right leg high up and back. And start to open up through your right hip. Feels better, you can bend your knee. Keep your shoulders square to the front of your mat. Right fingertips stay firm. Bring it back through center. And back through down dog. 3 breaths. Choice to round forward on an inhale to plank. And take a connecting vinyasa. Right? You can always skip these and stay in down dog instead. And exhale your hips up high. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, travel to the top of your space. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Put more weight on your inner left foot as you inhale, lift your right knee. One-legged mountain. Weights on your inner left foot. Pull your low belly in and up. Soften your gaze. And then with that focus, smooth and steady, glide back to airplane. Strong in your core. Micro bend in your left knee is needed. And press out through your right heel. Active through your fingertips. Breath in. And glide your right foot back. Airplane lunge. Imagine your palms pressing into a hard surface here. Full breath in. Exhale, fingertips skim towards the earth, and then inhale, reach them on up. Couple little bounces in your hip. Pull your ribs in. Lift your heart. Breathe. Right into your heart center here. Get lighter in the pose, whatever that feels like to you. Warrior two. Open on your exhale, right heel comes to the earth, arms come out, and we'll slow it down with breath. Inhale, back away, hands to heart. Exhale, open up. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Steady your gaze. Pose of the warrior, feel it. Notice where you feel strong, confident in this pose. Focusing a little more on the energetics the second time around and the technicalities. A few more breaths. Flip your front palm reverse. Up and back. Lift your right ribs off your right hip. Extended side angle. Exhale. Keep that length in the left side of your body. Fingertips to the earth or elbow to thigh. Right leg stays strong. Breathe. Weights on your inner left foot. Few more moments. And star. Breathe in. Reach up. Heels and toes out. And exhale. Hands to heart. Sit nice and low. One time with the arms. Inhale. Sweep them up. Reach up. And exhale. Bring it in. Keep your hands right above your knees. Inhale. Lengthen. And then exhale, dip your left shoulder, twist and gaze over to the right. We'll go to the same side. Inhale, back away a little. Exhale, ring it out. Inhale, round through a cat spine through center. And then exhale twice to the other side. Inhale, back away. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale through center. Exhale, sit low. And inhale, get big. Turn your left toes to the front, arms out. Right toes turn in. Inhale, reverse triangle. Use the block as you need. Exhale, pull your left hip back, reach forwards. Reach out. Find your fingertips to the earth, shin or block. Right arm to the sky and breathe. Feel the heart opening quality of the pose where your chest stays open. Fingers are active, your feet are rooted. Take your right hand to your hip. We're going to come back into balance. Weights on your inner foot. Set up the block as you need. Bend into your knee, look down. And maybe you play with no hands on this side. Sometimes it's nice to practice things that we fall out of. It means you're going outside of your comfort zone. Right, flex your right toes. If it feels better on one side than the other, fingertips can come to the earth. Can look up, use your core. Breathe, steadiness, focus on balance. Exhale, glide back. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, windmill your hands down. Toe heel your left foot out. All right, drop to your back knee. You can find some movement here. Come to your forearms if that feels better. All right, make it work for you and breathe into your hip. Relax into your hip. Notice if you're gripping or clenching anywhere. Let that go. Follow your next exhale all the way out. Bend your back knee. Reach around. Grab your foot. Kick into your hand. Lift your heart. For more sensation, kick back more. Draw your right shoulder down. Release your left hand back. Three-legged dog. Inhale, left leg up. Start to open up through your hip here. Press down through your left hand. Breathe. Drop your left shoulder a little. And back through center. And back to down dog. And then drop to your forearms for dolphin. 3 deep breaths here. Equal weight in your fingertips, your elbows. You can bend your knees a little. Breathe into the back of your heart. One more breath in. Open mouth, lion's breath. Exhale. Press back into down dog. Bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, travel to the top of your space. Halfway lift for length. Forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one more like that breath. Inhale, simply reach up, look up. And exhale, bring it in, and we'll pause for a few moments here. Come back to your intention. Find some stillness. All right, we're going to do one more pose on our feet, one more balancing pose. And so I'll give you the option to use the strap if you have one. You might not need it, right? But it might not be the worst thing to have around. So we're going to do big toe pose, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So all those same principles of balance, right? So we're going to balance on the right leg first. So if you are going to use the strap, you'll take it in your left hand, right? Come to your left tippy toes and put more weight on your inner right foot. So the muscles of your right leg pull up. You can bend your left knee to hip height. So traditional grip is peace fingers around the big toes, right? But if you notice when you do that, right, that you start to slouch, it's better to use the prop to give yourself a little bit of lift. Okay? So you decide which one you want. You might just stay here and work on rooting your right big toe down, or extend your left heel forwards. If you have the strap and you decide you want less of it, this is a good moment, right? I'm going to grab the big toe here, stand up. The right arm coming out acts as an anchor. Again, balance is the key, and perhaps you open it up to the side. Right? Choice to shift your gaze over to the right, but again, your inner right foot supporting you is the key. Breathe. Steady your eyes, lift your heart. And bring your leg back through center. And then exhale, let it go. Good. Give your legs a little shake and roll out your hips a little bit. And one more side to go. Come onto your right tippy toes. Root your inner left foot down. Pull those muscles up. Bend your right knee. Capture your foot from the inside or strap it up here. And then take a moment to stand up tall. And exhale your right heel forwards. You can draw your shoulder back best you can. Left arm comes out. Take a breath. Choice to open up to the side. Scoop your right sits bones under, perhaps lift your gaze. Breathe, balance. Bring your right leg back through center. Let it go. Give your legs a nice little shake here. Well done. It's not an easy pose. One more vinyasa here. Inhale, reach on up. And exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, step, float back. If you want to skip it, just step back to down dog. Back bend. And exhale, hips up high. Good. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, take your right knee toward your right wrist, your ankle toward your left wrist, right? We're gonna set up pigeon. If this doesn't work for your knees, you can come to your back for a supine figure 4. Crawl your left toes back a little, press your outer right foot down. And then exhale very slowly. Crawl your heart forwards and down. Take a few moments to really feel into it. Notice where the sweet spot is today for your body. Let your forehead come down. And then slow down your breath and almost feel like your lungs were in your hips. Relax as deeply as you can into your hips, breath by breath, letting go. Two more slow breaths. Pay attention to them, feel them. And slowly bring yourself back up. Your hands down. And then come back into down dog. I'll leave it up to you. For some, it feels good to lift the leg, shake it out. I personally like to come straight into down dog and let gravity really get some blood flowing back into the right leg. But again, that's what feels good in your body. Take a deep breath in. And then step your left knee to the outside of your left wrist. Right foot comes slightly forward. And feel free to crawl your right toes back a little bit. Good. Take a breath. And then exhale, really slowly crawl yourself forwards, down. Again, feel free if it doesn't feel good with your initial setup, as long as your knee feels safe. Feel free to explore a little bit. Let your heart melt forward, your hips soften and open. So you're not doing very much, right? You're more allowing and watching the pose unfold. 2 more breaths. Feel them. And then come back up really slow. Take your time. And move into your release of the pose. Right, whatever feels better to you. And drop down to your knees. Let your knees come toward each other, a little gap between your heels. You want your hips on something, so they don't make it to the mat, right? You can sit on a block or a blanket. We'll come into reclined here, a Supta Virasana, really slowly. We'll start to crawl back. And so you can see, I don't like to go all the way back, right? If the knees lift, that means you're too far in. Just find a comfortable place to take 3 deep breaths. Draw your tailbone towards your knees. 1 more breath. Come back up. And crawl yourself back into tabletop position. And just check back in. Sometimes it's nice to lift each leg, give it a little shake. You can throw a cat-cow in there. Check back in with your spine. Slow down, but make it gentle. And then sit your hips towards your heels and roll your legs out, feet to the earth. About hip widths apart, arms are forwards, and then really slowly start to crawl yourself back using your core so your head comes onto the mat. We're going to set up bridge. 1 last back bend. If you have a different back bend, if you prefer wheel, we haven't done a ton of prep, but feel free to go for it. Otherwise, root your inner feet. Start to lift your hips. Your power is in your feet, so really press your inner feet. And choice to interlace your hands. Right, a lot of the benefits here are really through strengthening your hamstrings. We've stretched them a lot this practice. So it's important to take some time to really give them power and strength. You want both. Again, it's balance. Send breath to widen the front of your chest. Ungrip your hands. And then so slow, uncurl. And give your knees a good hug. And then take a happy baby pose. 1 last hip opener here, low back towards the ground. And feel free to find movement in this one. Low back towards the mat. And give yourself a squeeze, any last shape that you need for your practice. And exhale. Final Shavasana. Feet out wide. Toes out. Take a breath into the center of your chest through your nose. And sigh it out, exhale. Nothing to do, nothing to figure out here. Relax your face. Let your bones be nice and heavy. relax. Subtle movement to your fingers, your toes. And no hurry. You roll yourself over to one side. Let your head be heavy. And press yourself back into a seat. Right, cross-legged or on your knees. Bring your hands to your heart. Allow your eyes to close and simply follow your breath in and out for 3 rounds. Just to feel this moment right now. Only here once. Right? And just know when you feel out of balance, you can find balance again. It's a process when you feel in balance, right? There'll probably be a moment where you feel a little out of balance. So it's practice. It's not about having it perfect all the time. Take your hands to your third eye, honor yourself for exactly where you're at. Much love. Namaste.